is Tuesday, the 7th of April. The Valorant game offering beta keys if you watch the Twitch stream. Our Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, is in hospital still, but apparently breathing without the help of intensive care. He's a fighter, apparently, so... and we are here to do some more coding. So let's turn down this and bring us onto the live stream. Here we go. Oh, let's close that. So, in fact, you know what? I'm going to turn this back up and control it from here. That's better. Now I can actually hear what I'm learning the live stream world and starting to understand how we set up the different audios, different levels. And I'm here. My face is here today, so howdy hi. Covered in green little twinkly bits, which is always nice. So found this yesterday, which is pretty cool. It's the YouTube audio library. But just in case we need an 18-volt cordless drill high-pitched noise to for our game. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. A10 jet fly-by-fire. Nice. So there's a good few sound effects here. Huge number of sound effects. So if there's anything we need to drop in, I don't know if it's going to have any sort of background audio. Let's have a quick look. This is YouTube's audio library. So all these things we can use for free for your project. Oh, walking tile to carpet. Not hearing much there. Must have landed on the carpet. So, where were we up to yesterday? Well, I was getting super bogged down with trying to work out how to get drop downs working in the editor by inheriting code from somewhere else, essentially. I asked around. I went onto the Godot Discord channel and asked there. Didn't really get much help, unfortunately. Some lovely people there, always willing to help, but it didn't sound very promising. So I'm no further forward on that. I'm going to have a look at our repository and see what we've got from yesterday. So we've got our auto load of our audio library file, our messing around with the audio library file, disabled something on our audio controller. What I'm going to do, just for clarity, is I am going to commit this change, commented out debug text. There we go. The less I have to worry about, the better. Locations, again, we're messing around trying to get our export working here, trying to allow us to pick a transition audio. So I don't know if I did that off stream afterwards. I think I spent a little bit longer looking at it. Let's push that change. Okay. Super. So now we've only got 3 files, really. The stuff we were messing around with last time. So I want to move on. I don't want to mess around too much with this because it's, it's not the most interesting of problems. And kind of want to get some results on the go here. The overall objective, if you remember, was to get transition sounds working between the scenes. So, with that in mind, let's see what we can do. So, we set up this test, scrap the test for now. Actually set up some examples here. A simple example. We're trying to export countries and states and then create lists in a global or separate place. I think we can do something here though. Just not in the beautiful way that I'd hoped we could. So this is the list we created, this enum. Exporting seems to work. So what we could do is store all the locations available in our location script. So we could have a variable here with all the possible options for here. And I think that should work. So we're going to just try that, which would mean that we don't actually need an audio library. It would mean location, the location object itself would be responsible for keeping track of all the possible locations. No, the location would be responsible for keeping track of all the possible transition audio. Perhaps it would also keep track of all the background audio as well. All right, let's see what we can work out here. So if we go back to our audio library, so this export is nice. I'll check this out. So this was an example we Googled actually while we were looking at it yesterday. And if we look at one of our locations now, we can see that we have this nice drop down for color. Same as an enum export. We're just popping out a load of strings. So that works. And then obviously now if we output my color, it's going to say white, yellow, or orange. And it's the string we want anyway, right? So I like that. Can it be used within this? Can we do that? Will that work? It's just going to throw up an error. No. Misplaced built-in type. Yeah. If I look at the actual dictionary here and I look at one of these values, we can see all the options for it and what it could be. So we have got the option for an object. Do we see global in here? No. Oh, load. Yeah, so we can load any of these. Obj file. Texture file. WAV files. Oh, that's interesting. We don't want to load it at this point. We just want a reference to it. It's messy. I'm trying to make it tidy, and I'm not good enough with Godot to understand how to tie the editor, how to develop the editor. And I'm actually, I mean, that's going to save us time in the long run, but it might not be something we need to pursue right now. And what we're focused on is trying to get the game to some level of, is it going to be any good or not? So, right, let's not mess around. Let's get cracking. Got rid of all that. Audio library has nothing in it. We want some audio transitions. Target location, exit name, transition audio. Did we get anything working for this? I mean, presumably we can put a dictionary in at this point. So, or an array. So if we said in our location var, grab this list, audio transitions equals boom, and then I think we need to put all these in All right, should work. Yep, and then I'm gonna say which audio transition. Oops. Which audio transition do we want? Right. Type less export needs a constant expression assigned to inferred type. Do I just do that? No. No. Typeless export needs a constant expression assigned to inferred type. Is it saying that it needs it in all these sections? I'm going to do the. Let's do this again. We did this last time. Created a test string. Get rid of all this. Okay. Let's test. Stick in audio transitions here. Happy? No. I'm going to have to Google this error. Let's have a look. Typeless export. Type less. Export needs a constant expression. There we go. It's not a constant though, is it? It's a because it can be changed. Typeless export. It's multiple types. Needs a constant expression. Godot constant expression. Why give me an error yet work fine? Could be that player variable is already global. Oh, computer, stop. Bizarre. My Alexa just jumping in again, playing randomly. All right. Okay, so I'm just gonna comment that out, which is Control K. Yeah. And no. What happens if I hit play? Same error. Am I missing something here? No. Can I set it to be an enum? What? Apparently so. Okay, let's see what we get in the editor. Again, yeah, it's giving me all the values rather than letting me select a value. But if we do .none, so an empty value. Yeah, it's saying it's number 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. What I'd like to see though is the actual text value. So can we do this? Audio transitions, colon 5. Oops. Oh yeah. Nope. What? Why not? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just doesn't like having something like that. That's it. And if I actually reference the... No. I'm really grasping at straws here. Killed it. I'd really like to try creating an object for this. Let's see if that's going to help. But just need someone to tell me, yep, that's the way to do it. Go for it. All right. Let's just try it. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but new scene. Nope. New script. New script. We'll call it an exit. All right. Any of this probably don't even need ready, but right. So the exit script. It has these properties. Every exit. An exit. So we shall call it. We shall start with exit name. Target location. And exit name was what we're going to display to the screen. So actually here we can be a bit more verbose, I think. Right. So we've got the name of the exit, display name, target location, and the transition audio. Now, do we need to say what that's linked to? I don't think so. I think what we're doing is we're associating a number of these. We're creating these objects and associating them with a particular location. So what we should see is that if we can code this, then when we add an exit to quarters, we should see these nodes appear under quarters, I think. And then what's going to happen is our code's going to loop through any exits that belong to quarters. So we want to export this information, right? Is this going to help? I think it might. Still going to come back to this problem where I need some sort of lists for transition audio inherited from somewhere else, but maybe this will make it easier. If I undo that now. I should be able to create that as a drop down. Exit name equals string. Display name is a string. Target location is probably going to be a string for now. Ditch that. What am I missing here? A var. Var. Vata. Okay. Happy? Nope. What don't you like? It's a constant expression assigned to inferred type. No! Why? Is that gonna work? No. Oh. She tells you all the options here, which is great, cool. Pop it, huh? No, it's gonna be better. How do we assign like that? Typeless export is a constant expression. I need a good answer to this. Oh. Look at this. Singleton enum is not usable as constant expressions. Ah. Okay. I'm not sure if singletons can be used at all in constant expressions, so they might be registered too late for that. It works. Use this. Oh, go on, dude. How on earth did you find that? So he's loading the script up. So does that mean I don't need a preload then? Maybe I can take it out of all. Wait, I'm going to take it out. Wait. Alright, I'll just try this first. So he's saying export preload. That's going to be audio library gd dot enumerator. Let's compare to this example here. I don't know what the dot enumerator is, but I'm guessing that would be this transition audio. It's the enumerator, yeah, and then the var would be transition audio, like so, and then none. I don't think my res is going to be correct. Oh, can't preload resource at path. Yep, that's correct. So the res is scripts / that's it. Save. Oh, audio library. Come on. No. Audio underscore library.gd. What's wrong with that? Oh, expected end of statement. Continue. Where? Okay, let's just see what happens there. So exit.gd. I don't have that associated with an actual scene. Do I need to? Maybe I need to have like an exit scene as well. Let's just create one. New scene. Node. Rename to exit. Save script scenes. Exit. Okay. Right. Oh, exit scene needs the script added. Right. So now I can add an exit to our game. Make it part of quarters. And then over here. Oh my goodness. Yes. Perfect. That's what we want. Nice. Okay. That's pretty cool. Oh man. Nice. so back to our script editor. Get rid of that. So we can't set a default. No. Let's just see what is the default here. So I need to make none the first entry by looks of things. So, okay. The only issue here now is, well, how do we associate these with a file? What I intend to do is use the same file name here, just stick an OGG at the end. That will make it nice and easy to load. Oh, this is good. So, list of all transition audio files. Okay, now this becomes completely redundant, but it does mean we've now got to set up exits here, and do we have to name them appropriately? Might need to change the way our exits are loaded again. As at the moment, it's 4 buttons in get tree, get nodes, and group exits. I don't think that's particularly laborious. It's so much easier to understand now that the exit is here and blah, blah, blah. Maybe we don't need an exit name now, because we'll just rename this, and that will be the name of the exit. And then the object will be the target. Oh, okay. I think we're getting somewhere. I wonder if we can pre-display all these. Can we make locations belong to a group? Godot at group and editor. I mean, add a group in the editor. A tool script. Ooh. Oh, I attached a script to a spatial node. That's in it to my group. Prints yes, but nothing appears. I think I've just got to check what type of scene it is. If it's, I'm going to look through all the location scenes within the tree, and that's the way to do it. So, man, every time I improve the project like this, it creates this knock-on effect of tweaks we need to get the game working again. But so be it. I'm a bit annoyed that I lowercase this and this. Can I rename it easy enough without breaking things? Okay. Now, I should be able to do the same with this, right? So I should be able to preload. So I can get rid of these in location. Don't need that anymore. I should be able to get rid of exits, which we'll do in a sec. But then background audio, we can do the same thing. And of course, that means if I've got a library like this, and I know what all the entries are going to be, That means I can then stream them on the go. So I can look for the file name and stream it. So wouldn't it be great if I could list all the files in the editor within a particular folder? Okay, I've just got to check that. Make my life so much easier. Godot lists files in directory. Get all the files inside a folder. Func list files in directory. Okay, so it's possible to do. It'd be even better than this, right? Yeah, I don't want recursive. I just need the root files. Godot drop down list of files. Drop down interaction nodes. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Let's look at this. I think this is the tool thing, right? What's this? Oh man. Oh no, we know about all that already. Okay, I think tool GT script. Man, where's tool? Okay. Danger! Tool scripts run inside the editor and let you access the scene tree of the current edited scene. This powerful feature comes with caveats. Protection for potential misuse of tool scripts. Extremely cautious manipulates the scene tree, especially using Q. Okay, I don't intend to do that. Add the word tool at the top of your code. Okay, yeah. So we want to, I think this get set, right? We use a function to populate the contents. Godot get set get. There it is. Set get. So I read about this on, I watched something about it on GD script. So theoretically, this has the ability to do it, and actually we don't need a tool script, right? I think. So then I should be able to just get a list of all the stuff right here, because it's not a solution for exits, but it is a solution for background audio. So I'm going to try it real quick. So we're going to create a so we'll call it background audio 2 set get do I need a set? Clearly I do. Maybe BG set and BG get, BG set and BG get, BG get. So we're just going to return value, but my BG set my var isn't declared. What was my var? Let's be that. Yep. Okay. So that's location for background audio 2. Let's have a quick peek. Background audio. I'm not exporting it. This is going to be an export. Okay. Oh, crashed it. Damn. Can you not export something like this then? Same problem again. Typeless export. Oh, in this case, it's going to be a string. Can I do that? Yep. So far, so good. Okay. So now I want to return a list of values. Getter. Let's return a value. Can it return a list of values? So, oh, okay, getting myself in deep water again. Because what sort of, what is it that I'm returning? Oh. Oops. Did that in there twice. I want something a bit like this, where I'm creating an enum based on file names. Can I oh, look. Assuming it has the same structure as the class above. So it might be that we can do something like this. See, I was expecting with this set get that we could create a function that looks through the files. Let's just shove that file search code in. Don't think I need an explanation for this. So in our audio library, create a new func, list files and directory path. So that's going to return an array. Okay. Save that. Now, can I export that? Background get turn. I mean, if I just return poo, it should still work, right? It's just always going to be poo. Well, God knows. Okay. All right, let's try it. So we need to do. Where did we do it before? Where are we? Let's run. So heads up my ass, right? Okay, exit. Yeah, so we're doing something like that. So we're referencing our audio library. No, yeah. Can't do that every time. Oh man.
Sorry, I don't know that.
Computer, stop. All right. I think I'm going way off tangent again. What time is it? 9:45, 40 minutes in. Let's see. Godot export var list of files. All right, well, again, it's not needed to get this working. So gonna hide that. We're gonna start using exits. Export list of nodes. Interesting. Just try this. So that will allow me to link to a node. So so basically what we're saying here is target location could be that. Oops. That. And then look at our exit. Oh my goodness, that's so cool. So we don't need exit name anymore. This is what I was after. Rather than display name, it would be button text. Ah, nice. Right. So we should be able to do the same thing with our locations. Oh, I'm going to break everything. This is what I was saying right at the beginning when I wanted to change my locations. And I don't need that anymore, right? So we still need to create something for background audio. Do we even need location name? I suppose we do want sort of display name. And we're going to go through and replace. Oh, let's not do that. I don't know if there's like a project search and replace here. A lot of people prefer to be using like Visual Code or Notepad++ or whatever. Probably at some point I shall make the jump. I mean, I love Visual Code, Visual Studio Code, but I do like, you know, whilst I'm learning to use this, I think I'd rather be in this environment. Okay. I've got a lot of things to change at once. I don't want to get too complicated too quick. Let's get rid of test. Not doing that anymore. So background audio will no longer be, I think we're going to come back to this. So I'm going to add that to my to-do list. Background audio needs to be a list of. Oh, wait a minute. How many times can you use the same audio file? File reference would be good. So we need to start like streaming audio. Otherwise we'll run out of memory big time with any sort of large amount of audio being used. So again, being able to like have a drop down and show the information in that directory would be great. So let's get our locations and game working, right? So the big change is exits. So the exit from the quarters was the left. Right? So the button text is enter the left. Target location is elevator quarters. Transition audio is enter the left. Happy days. Great. So now we want to add another exit. We just go bing, and this exit's going to be inside the elevator, and this will be floor, current floor. Duplicate that, and quarters and R&D. So we've got, right? So we need that R&D floor, floor to R&D. Okay, so current floor, we'll have exit the lift, quarters. And then target location, take us back to the quarters. Transition audio, be exit lift. Super duper. Floor 2, button text would be floor 2, research and development. Sign R&D. No, it's going to take us into the elevator at that level. Transition audio, lift change floor. Right, that's it. So now we want another one here. R&D. In fact, now we can reuse things, which is quite cool. So I can reuse current floor. Do we have to call it current floor 2? No. Yeah, I don't think it matters if we've got a duplicate there, because we never really need to reference. Oh, I don't know about that. Duplicate. Node names. Godot. Anyone see? It could be a problem. Why don't we just call it current floor quarters, current floor R&D, and then oops, duplicate that, and this is going to be floor 1. Sorry, I've got company. Hello. Oh, sleepy doggy. Oh. That'll be floor 1, quarters. So current floor will be exit lift into research and development. Labs. That targets R&D. Exit lift, happy days. Floor 1 quarters. Change the floor. So that's going to take us to elevator quarters. That'll be lift change floor. And this would be press floor 1 button. Crew quarters. I'll make this press as well. Press. Cool. All right. And R&D, we want to a lift again. And this is going to be enter the lift. It's going to take us into R&D elevator and enter the lift. Super duper. All right. Now we're just going to make it traverse inside the game script. How is this going to work? Oh, blimey. Oh, all right. Okay. See, even the background images. I don't suppose we need to worry about that. I'm just going to say we could have drop downs for those as well, as everything can be a drop down, but it's not a biggie to drag things around. We only really need drop down lists. We want to queue stuff up for streaming later, or preloading, or loading live. The game's playing. So I'm a bit concerned that player current location might be a bit funky now, because current location is based on location name. Is that right? They've still got. Oh, have we lost location? Wow, we seem to have lost all that information. So we've been messing around with all this stuff so much. So quarters, crew quarters. Lift. Lift. Floor 2. Lift. Floor 1. R&D, research and development labs. Okay. So back into our game. So I don't want to worry about current location, because I don't want to be using location name to navigate. I'm going to be targeting a target location. This print is not going to work anymore, right? Because that is not how exits work anymore. Exits are now objects. So I'm gonna just gonna comment this out for now. Come back to it. Just see if anything happens when I run it. Any errors?
Wake up from a deep slumber and wipe your eyes.
Super.
The heating was left on and your mouth is dry.
So now we just got to work out how to get our buttons appearing. So for buttons in get tree, get nodes in group exits. So what we were doing there is when we create a button, we put it in the group exit. That's still fine. We don't want to print that out because that's probably rubbish, but I'm keeping it there just in case for now. So we're going to add our exits, and in order to add our exits, we've got to find the children exit objects of the location we're currently at. So the current location is this one here. We've got the node. So Godot, find children, find child nodes, get child nodes. Get nodes in group. Let's try Godot loop through child nodes. Come on. Yeah, here we go. You'd have to make a recursive function like this for an in node get children. Keep getting the nodes until. Cool. All right, let's try that. What's it do? Does it return anything here? What are we building up? Let's just printing them out here. Let's try this anyway. Okay, so if I got that, and then we just comment this out. Yep, comment that out. Get all nodes, and then location node. Should print out as soon as we load here.
You wake up from a deep slumber
Lift,
and wipe your
which
eyes.
is correct. If I were to add this, oops, add another node into quarters, run it.
You
two.
wake up from a deep slumber
Perfect.
and wipe your eyes.
So that's going to give us access. It's going to give us. So all we need to do is take that code out. Oh no, it's recursive, isn't it? It's calling itself. And node get children. What's get children do? Control click that, is it? Oh, no, sure it's control left click. No. Control right click. No. Help is Shift F1. Gotta get used to doing this. Right. Get children. Turns an array of references to nodes children. Array of references. Okay. And what are those references? That might be all I need, right? Because then I'm just going to hook into that node and get the value I want. Let's get rid of that as well. Actually, you know what, that might be useful later on. I'm going to keep that code in. Might come in handy. So, we want to do, well, you know what? Get rid of that. Just get children. Nope. Location node dot get children. Open close bracket. Yeah. Yeah. Print that. Can I print an array there?
You wake up from a deep slumber and wipe
Node
your eyes.
2, 3, 5. Perfect. So I want to loop through that array. So for exit and get children. Don't need a bracket there. Scroll on. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it. Okay. So that's basically replacing this bit of code here. So if I unblock this out again, now I've got to change my reference. So it's exit. Target location is now an object, right? So it should never be empty. It should always be a target location. So target location, how do you say equals null, I suppose would be. How do we go about Godot alert? Godot error handling. Acknowledge an exception. So I want to, I know there could be errors because when the user inputs, nodes start setting all this information up. We want to be able to handle the user cocking that up. Where's our tunes gone? Let's get some tunes back on. That's not really what I'm looking for. You know what? I'll just print it out. I kind of thought it would be nicer to sort of flag it up as an error. Godot stop script. Maybe that'll work. Literally just kill the game. So if exit dot target location equals null, so if there's no target location, print error, no target location set for exit, and then dot plus exit dot name. Yay, right, okay, so if target location is not set crash out and flag the error. Maybe we don't want to crash out, but it will crash. Something's going to go wrong there. Okay. So the button text is exit.button text. Much better name. Why did I do that before? I know what I'm saying. It's the display string. I know it's the display string. Shown on the button. Do we allow to proceed? So button connect, press self on button. So now we've got to point to the target location. So previously our signal was, so we're going to have to change this script here, this change location script. So we should still be able to pass target location in. But we're going to have to change how we handle that. That should work, I think. We should see the button.
You wake up from a deep slumber and wipe
But
your eyes.
it's not going
The
to
heating is
obviously
left on,
be able to
your
change the
mouth is
location,
dry.
yeah?
The automatic lights are on. It must be morning. You're in your quarters.
Right. Okay. So change location. So location node is already set. So I think it's just, you just pass in location there, right? So we don't need to do that. We don't need to do that. That just becomes location. That becomes location. That's location. That's location. That's location. That's location. Because we've got that's location. We've got a link. We're passing in the actual object where we want to change to. So let's see if that works. Nope. Background audio on base string, so it thinks we're still passing in. So we are exporting a Nodepath, which is target location, and then on our button, game exit.target location in an array. Maybe we can't pass in. Pass an object. A node reference. It should be like a number, right? Oh no, it should be an actual link to the object. Pass. You know what? The best way to do this is the debugger. So go back to our change location. And here we say print. Yay. I'm just going to pause it right there. Click next to the number here. That will allow us to pause right there as soon as that happens. And now, because change locations run right at the beginning, we can see what is location. So what is that? Is it a string? What is it? I think it is a string. I think if it was an object, it would tell us. So I'm going to stop that there. Get rid of that. I'm just going to put all the code back. That's right. I want to go too far there. Making changes. So now I want to actually check what we're passing in here. So I want to debug that exit.target location. So I'm going to pause it here. Play. And I'm looking to see the exit. So we can see exit here is an object. Yeah, okay. So we can see target location looks like it's a path. It's a node path, right? So actually passing in a node path. So we still need to use get node. So here, don't think we need all this. I think we can just get node, right? Why am I doing that? I had no idea. Change location. Current location equals location. Why did I do that? Oh, of course. I'm changing this. So I'm setting up, I'm changing this now to be a node path by the looks of things. Anyway, right, so let's just pause it here. Jump in here. See what's going on. Know about that breakpoint so we can stop and we can continue here. Carry on the debugger, and it should stop at this point here. So we can see it's passed in location as quarters. So that's not passed us a node path. You know what it is? It's because we're calling it on load here. We're actually using the wrong type of object here. So interesting. Turn that off. So the answer is here. We want to do the same thing we do with exit. We want to export Nodepath as our player's current location. Yeah. And then for the player, we now pick the node they're starting. Fab, fab, fab. So now when we go back to this point here, we should actually have the correct object. Oh man. Okay, so now current location is totally changed. Am I right in that it's because it's an actual node now? I can just do that. That'd be bloody cool if that's the case. No. So we actually have to go like this. Because it's a node path. What? Can I add to the watch there? So this is a list of things we're looking at. Can I add to that? Skip breakpoints, copy error. Print that baby out. It's gonna make it. Nope, it doesn't bring it to scope. Okay, but has it printed anything out? Dot quarters. All right, so get node // path root game // Okay. Load Nodepath. There we go. Parent node / sibling node. Yeah. Path is absolute if it starts with a slash. Yeah. So the trouble is we're ending up with a relative path. I don't think it matters so much, but we've got to consider that these paths are being loaded. So when I create these paths here, I just don't know how the node paths are referencing. Pure property path with no node name. I wonder if I have to use that this stuff again, because it's in reference to the current scene. Let's find out. Stepping over. Doesn't like it. It's so simple. It's got to be. It's not something like /root /game / plus. Oh. How can we test this get node script? How about if we put that back? What if we print that? see what current scene actually is. It's a node reference. We wanted some sort of get path. Oh, I think it's like get tree and then just get node. It's just the level we're at. Nope. Oh, where's get tree printed out then? Scene tree. Okay. So get current scene. Is there like a get root? Get root. / root equivalent to get tree, get root. And root would be game. I mean, the path we really want is just the immediate child. So when we're storing our exit, of course, because the path it's storing here, the target location is in respect to this. So we're saying it's one up, .. /. Can we have a type of node path and change it? I want to store the absolute path. Absolute. Very close here. I also want to test my theory. So my theory is then that we're actually we're on this level here. So we're trying to get a reference to this. So that is like it's basically like going get node / any exit. Like give me that exit here / plus this. So now it's going to go to any sort of thingy and then find the relative node above. Still doesn't work. Dollar. Dollar. Dot dot. So messed up. I mean, if it's just a string, is it just a string? I think it is. All right, you know what? Let's just dive a little bit deeper. Let's ask Godot what type of object it's seeing there. Godot, oh wow, it's so small. Godot, print object type. Get type. Lovely. Oh, if we built in this type up, we'll try that first. It's not liking that. What's it say? Get type isn't declared in the current class. All right. What was the other one? Type of. Oh, it's dot type of. Right. Okay. Okay. Play. Oh, something like that. Oh, get type. So, mixing the two. Oh man, I'm getting tired. All right. There we go. I'm hoping it's a string. Doesn't exist. So, type of. Doesn't exist. Type of is that, right? Right, gonna bet it's coming up with a string. 15. Well, what's that mean? There we go. 15. What? Nodepath. All right. It really is a nodepath, not a string. Okay, so how do we change a node path? Oh. Okay, so if we've got a node path. Is that what we need to do? Okay. So maybe I just, if we're talking about relative issues, the relation being wrong here, then this get name needs to be used whenever we do anything here. So maybe I can solve all this. Undo. Right, I'm going to change all this before I run the update GUI. Oh, didn't I fix this? Too far. Redo. Control Shift Z. Oh, no. Nope. Damn. Can't redo. Are you kidding me? What's going on? Okay, so we have to pass in a node path here, basically. Wait. Okay, the reason why we're doing that. Maybe that's why it's crashing, because we're still passing in a string. My God, is it all just that? Is that what we had before? Undo a few more times. Well, we know that's not going to work. Okay. It's all good, but just need to make sure that I am getting the right thing. So if I pass a get name into that, oops, and I print that, it should just give me the name without the relative path. Play. Get name. Too many arguments. Really? Oh. Oops. Stop. Save. Run. Oh, now you want one. What? Get name and base node path. Spotted one argument. What argument would you like, please? Let's just see the usage again. Get name. Nodepath dot get name. Oh, right. Index. So gets the name node name indicated by index. Well, it's only going to be one index there. Don't know if that's the right one. I want sort of see, this is what I'm interested in. So Godot change node path to absolute. Aha. It's file path. So, had to look at that already. pressing all sorts of keys. Man, I'm just falling apart here. How to get the absolute path to a node? I want to convert a relative path to absolute path. And I keep coming back here. Pre-parsed relative absolute path on a scene tree for use with get node. It can reference this, so blah blah blah. Further says the property of its node sprite. You usually pass in a string to get node in order to be converted, but you may occasionally want to pass a path ahead of time with node path or literal path. Splitting a node path variable will give you a node selection widget. The property is often useful. Yes, that's what we wanted. A node path is made up of a list of node names, a list of subnode resource names, and the name of a property in the function. Create a node path from a string. Node path. A path is absolute if it starts with a slash. Absolute path is only valid in the global scene tree. So if I did that, I should get 1, right? If that just worked then? No. Output 2. Ooh. Okay. So, I didn't expect that. So I definitely want to get name 2 will get me what I want, I believe. But it's the reason why I'm hesitant in using it is because I don't think that's a good idea. What if an exit appears, what if we end up with a more complicated setup? Anyway, get name 2 should be simply lift. I think. Current location. Oh. Nothing. It's because I'm no longer setting a current location. No, the player has a current location. Quarters. What if I output 1? Quarters. Right, that's what I thought. Okay, so pain in the ass. I need some sort of like simple function for getting the current location. So in the player, so that means I need a get in my location function. No, wait, it's player, isn't it? So it's going to return player.current get name. Okay. Converts relative node to single node name. I think that should work because location should all be in the same area. So now we're going back to what I was doing before, but I'm making it easier for the player to collect, to select the node they want. So back in the game. Now we should just be able to do get location, right? And that should print the same thing here. Nope. Oh, is it broken somewhere else here? Oh, current location. We just need return current location dot get name. Go. Output quarters. Nice. So now we just need to do get node player, and then we get the location, followed by background image. Oh yeah, we did it. It got past that point, which is a good start. So now it's saying a location node doesn't work. Well, that's right, because that should be get location there. That should be the same. And the text for the location at the top will be give me a location text. It's going to be, I thought we set up something better for it. Nope, we didn't. So it's just location underscore name. Oh, meant to do that. All right, I'm being stupid here because it's a much better way we can do this, right? Get location, we can return of course, we're getting the node that belongs to that location, to the player's current location. I was just thinking you could use player get location dot background image, but I know it's a bit of a faff, but I think this makes more sense. I think it's more explicit in what we're trying to do in this code. If we changed it, yeah, we'd save some time typing, but it becomes a bit more confusing as to what get location does. Okay. Crashed. Yep. Background audio is wrong. Okay, so now the change location code that runs in player. Let's just look at what change location is doing. So okay, so we're back to this point. So what are we passing in here again? What is it? What is our target location? Any more breakpoints we need to worry about? No. Okay, enter the lift. Stops here. Outputs. Yeah. So again, we're getting it. So yeah. So at this point, that makes sense. So again, we're passing in our target location, which is a relative path. Hideous, I know. But we want the absolute path. Now that looks like it's going to be It's like we always need the last index. I think we want a filter. We need to stop referencing the values, and start referencing. So exit.target location would be exit.get target location, and that should pass an absolute. I'm going to set up. I'd like to set up some helper functions that I can use. So I'm going to create a new script. I'm going to call this global. Yes, here comes a global. So global is, I'm going to give it a capital G. What people do it in caps. Global is that classic auto load. It's a load of functions that you can access anywhere. So I'm going to use it to populate some helper functions we're going to use later on. So where's the auto load again? Auto load, global scripts, add super duper. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to write a function called get node name. Or extract node, something like that. I'll pass in a node path. Can we do this? Is that right? Is that the correct? Oh, how do we do that? I saw this somewhere else before. Is it in my code or someone else's? Oh, yeah, colon. Okay, so global. Cool. So now we want to I want to use these helper functions. These functions we were looking at before. So first of all, we want to get the number of node names which make up the path. So number of node names equals node path dot get name count. Yeah, and then we want to get the last one. So we can do this really simple, right? So we can just do get name. So we do node path dot get name. And then that, yeah. And then we just return that. All right, there we go. So that function there should give us the actual name of the path. So rather than banding around these nodes all the time, especially if we're talking about locations, we should just be able to use that So we should be able to say don't know if this is right. Yeah. No, it might be. We have to reference the script global. So that means now it'll just do get node current location. Current location will be this simpler object, and it should just get past that. Okay. Okay, so it didn't like that much. Might be because I need to do this. To hide some of these breakpoints as well. Let's just let it crash. Okay. Let's just print out current location. And print out location as well. So I don't know where that's coming from, but oh, well that didn't work, did it? I would have thought current location would now be this extracted value, so our global function isn't working very well. Return nodepath get name, and it should then. So if I print get name count, let's just see what we get there. Get 3. Super. And then if we print nodepath.getName3, that's not going to return the same thing, is it? Yeah, it does, I think. I misunderstood how that works. I'm sure we just used that. Get name 1. Oh, maybe I'm misunderstanding how the index works. Maybe it's always that. Maybe I don't need some global bloody function. So that should just give me dot dot. No, that's not right. Okay. So 2 should give me another dot dot, right? No, 2 gives me elevator quarters. And 3 gives me nothing? What? How on earth? Is it coming back with 3 then? Because it's 1, 2, 3, but even so. It's the other one on Nodepath. Index. Let's just do that real quick. See what we get. So wait a minute. What was the index there? Did it start at 0? Yeah. Oh. It's that. God's sake. Blooming heck. Jolly good. What? Oh, of course, because current location is now set correctly. So get location. I'm basically overriding the current location here and stripping out the so I don't want to do that, but I do when it comes to using it down here. So I need target location equals location. Current location. Yeah, sorry, I've got to swap these around. Do you see? Because what we want is to be able to reference I want to update our update our Nodepath here, because that's something we set up here. So we don't want to lose, we want to start doing it a different way. We want to store it as a Nodepath. But when it comes to referencing it down here, then we want to be using target location in order to get access to it. And hopefully that will work. Let's try that. Invalid get index background image on viewport. Oh my god. Update GUI up. Okay. Don't need that anymore, do I? Wow, what time is it? Coming up to 11 o'clock. 2 hours. It's my longest stream ever. Just broken a record. I'm convinced that's the right way of doing things. I'm not convinced we need any of these. Obviously. And whatever I'm doing here is now getting absolute ballsed. So player.getLocation is giving me some kind of crazy return value here. So player. Let's just print out exactly what we're looking at here. You know what? Actually, makes more sense to do it where it's crashing. Where's that again? Game. Where is it crashing? Click the button. It's trying to update the user interface. It's trying to get a reference to current locations button. So I've got no outputs anymore. Oh, it's still got an output. Where's that? There. We've addressed that because change location in player now expects to extract the node, which is good. So back to our issue. So at this point, whatever the hell is being stored in here is wrong. Which is just quarters. And that's because I think we need to explicitly state the whole path now, because we're just getting a reference to a single node. So I think we want to do that. Oops. That should work, right? Please. Please. Viewport. Why on earth is it trying to access a viewpoint there? A viewport. Update current location image. Let's take this one step at a time. What have we got? Quarters. Dot dot. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. What's printing out dot dot? Didn't spot that. Yeah. So our current location is dot dot. I think we have still got a problem here. So let's print our, let's just print out whatever we're doing here. Print out, outputted. Okay. And turn that off. So let's see, when our conversion runs, elevate quarters. That is good. So player.getLocation isn't working. Player.printLocation is outputting dot dot. Yeah. So player.getLocation. Same issue, I think. We don't want to be using that. We want to be using our global. So we want to extract node here. So return extract node current location. Yeah. Turn global dot extract node. Super. Happy days, guys. Happy days. Tell you what, I mean, we're no further forward in terms of the actual project, but we now have a much nicer framework for anyone to go in and start changing things. So how can we clean this up? Well, and of course we've got a global set up now, so we're ready to print that out. Why is it outputting so many? Why is it constantly doing that in the loop? I mean, my main game loop is this. No, yeah. Create link to current location. Do I even need to do that anymore? Oh no, but of course now it's not playing intro, right? And get location. It's getting called constantly. I don't think we need to create a current link. Wow, does that mean we don't actually need any sort of, we don't actually need to do anything to kickstart it? That's crazy. Main input loop, nothing happening. So that should do the same thing, right? Should make any difference. Except now we don't have thousands of. Yep. So now all we've got to do is call this. We've got to essentially enter the location quarters at the beginning. How does the change location work? Do we even need to do an update GUI? I think we might just need to change location, and then pass in a node path, which will be. That's interesting. How do we pass in a node path? Node path. Oh, node path string from creates a node path. So is it just node path open brackets? I think so. So node path open brackets, and then quarters.
You wake up from a deep slumber and wipe your eyes.
That's
The heating was left on and your mouth is dry. The automatic lights are on. It must be morning. You're in your quarters.
So update GUI hasn't run, so we haven't actually updated the GUI at all. So yeah, we do need to run it.
You wake up from a deep slumber and wipe your eyes. The heating was left on and your mouth is dry. The automatic lights are on. It must be morning. You're in your quarters.
Okay. Looking good. Add exit buttons dynamically to GUI. When button has been pressed, trigger tag location change and update GUI. Get rid of that. Just going to clean up before I commit. Update the current location image, update the current location text, update list of exit buttons. Main loop, nothing. Happy days. Exit, nice and clean. Audio controller, same as it was. Audio library. Got this now being dynamically loaded. We're not using it yet. God, I would like to get that done today, but change location, update our node path. Update our node path. Current location node path. Then get the final node name for the target location we want to take the player to. Get link to the current location. Now, target location. Okay, link to audio controller. Then fade in and fade out. Sorry, fade in new audio, fade out old one. Is it the first visit? If so, cue the introduction audio. Again, probably need to make that dynamic. Will only ever play, probably only be, I don't know, well, yeah, it'd be nice actually to have the log and you could press play to see what that said. Converts relative node to a single node string. I think that is it. Don't need that anymore. So basically, our entire session was getting rid of that and creating a brand new object exit, which we now can add to these nodes to create this sort of good looking structure. So I think massive win, although it doesn't look like we've moved any further forward. Really is quite a huge impact that's made. So it's now 11:15. That's it. I'm hitting the hay. Thank you very much for tuning in if you did. And for those watching on YouTube later, hit me up with any comments. Please like, subscribe. If you've made it into the next, if you made it stayed for the next, however long it's been, 2 hours and 15 minutes, thanks so much. Really appreciate it. And I'll be back in tomorrow at 9 p.m. Thanks again. Bye.